Hey, and welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well. I certainly am, especially given the crazy market that we had today. Yeah, there are three things on the schedule today. First and foremost, we will be going over our current positions that we have. This basically means the positions that I already have opened and that hopefully some are going to be in. Second, we are going to go over some new positions that I would really like to set up. And last but not least, I have a couple requests from my community, which I really would like to go over with you guys. So first, current positions. Now, let me fix this. Oh, geez, is it going to work? Let's see, screen share. Give me 1 second. Are you kidding me? The wonders of technology. You gotta love it, right? I hope you're all doing well. Let me know in the comments if you've had a profitable few days. I'm pretty sure all of us had. Ripple certainly went crazy. Okay. Don't believe this is gonna work right now. Yes, there we go. Okay. Awesome. Fantastic. Wonderful. Great. We can start. Let me just go over to the chart tab real quick. So first of all, Bitcoin. Now, most of you probably already know that we are currently fighting with the previous all-time high set at 20 grand, give or take a few bucks. Apart from that, not a whole lot is happening today. The place to be has certainly been alts, especially Ripple, Ethereum, the T1 alts, as I'd like to call them, tier 1 alts. But before we get there, I really want to do a quick view of Bitcoin. There's a really simple thing going on here right now. We had a completely bonkers, crazy run up all the way from 10 grand to almost 19 grand. And obviously we had this without any sort of pause or break. Now that we have approached the all-time high, I do believe we are going to have a small pause, break, whatever you'd like to call it, to catch our breath, to see what's going on. And most important of all, to trade some alts. You know, that's what it's all about right now. Trade the alts. And then especially the tier 1 alts, so the major caps. After that, I believe Bitcoin is going to go on a very good run. And after that, I hope we will see most of that money flow into the mid-cap alts. And that is going to be where the real money is going to be made. So you might think that things are great now. Well, believe me, they are going to be a whole lot better. For Bitcoin, it's very simple. We're stuck here in this channel. Haven't really left it yet. And I believe we are going to retest the bottom of this channel. This would really be positive in my experience, would give some breathing room for us to grow, to have some great gains on Litecoin, Ripple, Ethereum. So there's not a whole lot that I can tell you about Bitcoin right now. I'm not really saying take your longs, take your shorts. I am in waiting mode on Bitcoin. Now, obviously, my long-term positions are there. I have my long-term stack of Bitcoins that I will not sell at any point under 100 grand. And that is mostly it for now. I am not in any leverage positions. I am not taking any futures longs or shorts. I am mostly trading alts. So you heard me mention alts quite a bit now. And I really want to move on to our long-term or mid-term alt trades, I should say, our active positions. We currently have some active positions in the community. Now, if you're not part of the community, I would really like to ask you to jump on board. There's a Discord link down below in the description. That is where it's gonna happen. That's where it's all gonna go on. And you can actually post some chart requests there to talk with me, talk with other community members, and share insights. It's a great place to be, and I really think you should be there. So first of all, Ripple, I want to start off on the daily. And I really want to start off on the daily paired against Bitcoin for a good reason. You can see this channel that we've been in. And we've been in this channel for almost, well, over a year. We've been in this channel for over a year. Some crazy long accumulation. And obviously, I didn't truly expect this to go up this fast. In a mere period of 3 days, we took a capital gain of about 90%. Now, we were a little bit late to this party, so our entry is not where I would have I would have liked to see it. Nonetheless, we have a great entry. Our Ripple entry is currently sitting right around the 2250 mark. That's where we took our longs. And good news for you guys, if you took the longs with me, you are now, well, mostly safe, aren't you? We did breach the resistance. This is called a descending wedge, usually a bullish pattern. And I don't believe at any point we are going to go down below into this channel anymore. We are not going to re-enter this wedge. If we do, I will close the position. But for now, I truly believe we will not. And this brings us to finding targets. Now, anyone following me on Twitter, make sure to follow me, twitter.com/daytradejeffrey, knows that I already took half the position of the table. We had a 15x long going on, and we had about 160% profits at this point. So half is taken off the table. That's more than, more than the initial investment. So why do we do that? That is so we can never lose any money ever again on this position. Second of all, there is way more going on than just Ripple. If you need to motivate yourself to sell, because trading is mostly emotional. So once this happens, once these crazy gains happen, you might be very reluctant to sell. And one great way for me, that I found to motivate myself to sell is to find positions that look even better, that haven't gone full retard yet. And obviously you can take the profits and also your initial investment and go over there and make even more profits, which is called compound interest. And that's a really great concept. Compound gains become greater gains. Now, long-term targets, obviously we already did our short-term. Aren't too complicated on this one. You might know right down in the right bottom here, we are on the log scale. So this might look a little bit different if you open this. Just go down right here, click log. I just drew Fibonacci retracement. Excuse me, Corona. And we're gonna pick some targets. Now, obviously, how do I pick targets? We use this Fibonacci retracement, but how do you use it? The way I like to use it is to just find the levels that match up with previous pivot points. And a pivot point is a place where the price reversed. So one might call this a pivot point. Here's a pivot point. And those usually indicate strong buy or sell levels. Like there's a lot of people there that either sell or buy, thus causing liquidity. Now, if I had a volume profiler on the right side, you could see this. I do not have this at this moment. In my next live stream, I will, but it doesn't matter. We've got a couple of pivot points, and we've got our Fibonacci retracement. Now, all we're going to do is look for any kind of coherence, like where do these match up? Now, obviously, the first, and I have to just switch this over, level we want to check out is the 236. Are there any major pivot points on the 236? And I would say yes, there are. Obviously, we've got the August 18 pivot point. Didn't exactly quite make it, but you can see that it was pretty much confirmed when the price pivoted right here. So obviously, this is going to be our first target. I have to say this doesn't look too strong to me. It doesn't look like a super important pivot point. And I don't think the volume in this area ever was too high. Now, a better target for Ripple will be the 382. And I'm just going to remove this to keep some oversight. Don't want to get too messy here. 382 had a lot of coherent pivot points. You can see that the price really struggled to break the 5,000 Satoshi range, not only once, but twice. And this is pretty much where I would put the first target for Ripple. Like this is a very good place to maybe not sell the entire position, but at least take some off the table. Now, the second pivot point that I'm really interested in is the 618 level. As you can see, in 2018, October, April, there was some heavy support / resistance here. And more importantly, once the price broke this level, it just went completely down the drain. So target 1, 5,000 Satoshis. And I do trade mostly paired against Bitcoin. I know you're all USD fans, that's great. But my goal here is to get as much Bitcoins as I possibly can. Like I need Bitcoins, I don't need USD, because we all know Bitcoin is gonna go over 100 grand. So for me, the goal for now is to, just stack as much Bitcoins as I can. And one way to do that is to trade alts. Now, second position that I would really like to show you. Curve. And I just have to clean this up real quick, because obviously this was a position that was called. And we've been doing pretty well so far. I'm going to pair this against USD, because I just see I did call this in USD in the group and not paired against Bitcoin. I need some consistency there. Please excuse me. There we go. Okay, so our entry right around 45 cents. Let me just check that just to be sure. Yes, I had to scroll back there for a bit, but 45 cents was our entry. And ever since then, we managed to break this pretty important resistance. In the past, you can see that we've struggled to break through this once, twice, and then number 3. And this means that this is an important level to watch. And you might make this a horizontal resistance. Like, obviously, you can do that. But I do think this lines up pretty well with what we've got going on here on the shorter term. And that is not 1, not 2, but 3 retests. Now, this is a make or break moment. If we fail this retest, then I will pretty much lose the confidence in this trade and I will cancel it. That being said, I do not believe that is going to happen. I think that third time is the charm. I think this will be a level that will hold, obviously, 70 cents, just to call it. Somebody asked me earlier, is 70 cents a good entry? And this is why I asked him, check out the live stream. I'm just explaining here that this level is super important. So to answer your question in short, 70 cents is a good entry. Question is, are we going to make it there? Like 70 cents is just around support, right? So I think it would make for a good entry, but you do have a slight chance that like your orders are not going to get filled there. So that's the risk. Now, targets, obviously, we're up quite a bit on this position already, but it is my firm belief that we are not done yet, not by a long shot. Curve has lost a whole lot of ground, and it's a good project. Like there's nothing wrong with Curve at all, and on top of that, the volume has been completely insane. Like this is the kind of volume that you want to see. It is matching the market cap. I cannot show you this right now, but I checked it on CoinMarketCap, and it has been matching the market cap for almost a month now, or at least close to it. Now that's gonna push the bear, according to my belief. anyway. This is the linear chart. I'm currently on the log chart, and I just want to show you the difference. This is a logarithmic chart, and this is the linear chart. So the way up is far, far further than it might appear on the logarithmic chart, but that shouldn't really matter. Okay, deciding targets. I've drawn my Fibonacci retracement. Obviously, the first pivot point, and not to be Captain Obvious here, but is around the 236. And this is a very, very important level for CRV. Unlike XRP, where according to me, it didn't really matter. This is one of the key levels to watch. And thus, it will be our first target. Our first target for CRV, providing that support holds here, is going to be $1.55, 58.4, but let's say 55 for now. That is where I'm aiming to go with this. And it might take some patience, obviously. Might not even get there at all if we break support here. But like the risk reward here is great. Like if we take our RNR tool, whoa, where did I hide it? Here. If this trade works out, the hell? Okay, that's weird. And there we go. We are gonna be in profit for about 122%. Now our stops obviously are just gonna be below these lows here. So you're risking about 5%, 5.47% for a capital gain of 122.5%. Now the RNR here at this point is 22. So that means that you can make $22 for every $1 you stand to lose if this fails. Pretty good setup, in my personal opinion. I'm not going to go into any other targets. You know, it would be very, very exciting if we get here. And when we do, I will obviously cover it in the next live stream. RSR, something I would really like to go over with. And then we will go into some new positions, see where we can go from here, and do chart requests. RNR obviously has been doing pretty well for us. Currently standing at 40% profits, 60% at its peak, and we have not reached targets yet. Now I've already gone over this in my previous stream. I don't know what the hell this is doing. And I'll keep it simple. If you're not in this position right now, I wouldn't really bother getting into this position. I've worked this out with a Fibonacci extension and not a retracement. And as you can see, this level right here is pretty crucial and might provide some heavy resistance. And that's where we are struggling to get through right now. So if you get into this position, then you might be risking, you know, making a significant loss for a not so great gain. Like you stand to lose. And I really don't like this tool. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you stand to lose about 13% for a capital gain of 27% from there. So it's not really worth it anymore. I just want to really throw this in here for the members, for the community members. Once again, if you're not a member, hop onto Discord. The link is in the description. So that's it for RSR. Nothing really special going on here. Let's go on to the next. Give me 1 second. You know what? I think this is pretty much it. we are gonna jump onto the new positions train. Let's pair against Bitcoin. New positions train, Litecoin. Now, obviously, you've all heard of Litecoin. Big fan myself. I had Litecoin ever since it was just a tiny baby coin. Obviously, now it is not anymore. Position is very simple, and I did post it. We are currently breaking out of the descending wedge. We had a good retest. For the past 4 days, we haven't managed to violate this triangle anymore, or this wedge, I should say. So in my eyes, it is now pretty safe to take an entry. And this is going to be the game plan. And I will explain this green line right here in just a second. Fibonacci retracement. There we go. Now, if we draw our Fibonacci retracement, some very important things to notice. The 236 is by far the most important level for Litecoin to take out. That being said, if we put it as our first target, that stands for a capital gain of almost 50%. And 50% is not bad at all, especially if you take it with some margin. Personally, I took a 5x margin. It's quite high. But I'm very, very confident in this trade. Now, if you multiply 50% times 5, you stand to gain 250%. What is the danger here? Obviously, the danger is re-entering the wedge and basically shooting the whole position down. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's just go over our R&R real quick. And for the ones that don't know what this means, let me explain this to you. If you take a long position, you go over to the left side of TradingView and you click long position. There's a couple things going on. You get this crazy, weird looking tool, right? Now you take the middle line of that tool and you line it up with the current price. Next, you drag out the top of the R&R tool to your target. And this will, for you, calculate how much capital you stand to gain if the price ever reaches the target. Then you take the stop and you draw it down to wherever the hell you want your stop to be. Now, for me personally, that is just under the wedge. So my stop changes every day. For now, that is about a 10% capital loss that we stand to gain if this position fails, against a 50% capital gain that we might get. So that means your risk-reward ratio, your risk paired against your reward is 5. You stand to gain $5 for every $1 you can lose. Now, I do believe that we are going to get there. I don't think this is going to be some kind of sprint. I think this will be more like a marathon over the next 1 or 2 weeks. Might be wrong. Obviously, the market has gone completely bonkers over the past few days. Ripple completely ripped through the sky. Ethereum is ripping through the sky. So I wouldn't be surprised if this happens to Litecoin as well. You never know. But I don't think it will go as fast. Litecoin, as you can see, is not truly one of those insane pump and dumpy assets. It's a so gradual move. So muted for Litecoin, about 7,000. For the USD traders among us, is there an easy way for me to convert this? I don't really think so. Yeah, my charts sometimes look a bit weird. And this is mostly because when I put on the log scale, it will completely change the way you look at the chart. This is why the log scale is so important. See this? Like you could never make out any kind of resistance support line here. Like it doesn't fit. See, there's nowhere to to put your like support, your resistance, trend lines. It doesn't fit. Now the way to fix it, just go over to log and look at this. Ta-da! You've got your magical secret hidden chart that lines up like a gem. It's perfect. Couldn't be any better. And we broke out. So super excited. First USD target should be $138. That's where I'm at currently. Quick remark to the Crypto Campus community. If you're not in it, link is in the description. If you request something during a live stream, please don't request 10 different charts. I don't mind helping you guys out and being there, but right now we've got 1, 2, 3 persons requesting about, I don't know, 20 charts. And obviously, like, nobody is gonna sit here in front of YouTube and watch 20 different assets being charted before it's their turn. So I'm just gonna stick to one, and in this case, I will stick to the first one you requested, except for Rising Sun, because it's Litecoin, and I'm doing Litecoin right now. ZRX, first request of the day. Big fan of ZRX. There are some early birds who worked and founded Coinbase, who are involved in ZRX, also known as 0x. And this makes it a great candidate for some pretty hefty pumps. As you see in the past, there have been some very rapid, hefty pumps. And this is mostly because of Coinbase news. Is it getting listed? Is it not getting listed? Blah, blah. Yeah. For now, let's see if I can make anything of this. Please note, sometimes you will find charts during my live stream that I cannot make any sense of because they just look like this, and like there's no pattern, no nothing. In this case, this is one of those charts, and I've said it before. There are a few levels that you really want to watch, and I don't even think they truly match up. They might. You know, this is what I mean. I have to doctor this chart to make this fit like in a reasonable way, and I don't like doing that. Now, first level to watch, obviously, 236, which is currently sitting at 2,300 sats. This is very, very risky, but it might be very rewarding for you if this plays out. You can see that the 2,300 level, 2,300 Satoshi level, is obviously for now the most important level to watch. It has struggled to breach through in the past, and you know, ever since then it never happened again. What might happen here is this could be called what I would like to call a fake out. You have obviously your big fat support sitting right here, and I have to talk about this now, and I hate talking about this now, but your market maker, and I know there's a market maker, like this kind of volume just doesn't make sense at all if you pair it against the rest of the volume. Might have pushed the price down below support to shake everyone out, and as you can see now, it's back above, and you will see one of these crazy wicks appearing out of thin air. So that is what might happen here. If ZRX does not manage to hold above support, then I would consider it a long lost position. But for now, you should be fine. If you take a long here, there's very little risk. I don't see this dumping down to zero anytime soon. So you should be good. Regarding targets, like, I don't really want to set out targets for this one, and I'll show you why. If we take out the on-balance volume, you will be able to see the amount of coins bought or sold, like the amount of coins taken off the market or put on the market. And You know, like in a normal trading scenario, this is pretty much what this should look like. And there shouldn't be one particular party or guy buying up how much? 250 million ZRX in one go. Like that is too risky for me to put a price on. And there is obviously a very strong market maker involved here. So that is gonna be it for now. I believe if this this level here, this support holds, you should be good. On to the next. I see a comment from Jonathan. Can you try to start a voting system for chart requests? Yes, that is actually a very good idea. I'm gonna have to look into it. I don't know how I'm gonna shape that, but I will try. Sand USD has been requested. I am very, very sorry, but I am going to chart it against Bitcoin just because it makes a whole of a lot more sense. Unless might be able to do it, but let's see. Yeah, I can do this. Okay, so there's a couple of things we want to look at here. I did call send, and the reason I called send is purely 100% fundamental. It is the best blockchain game out there. There are names involved that are huge. Atari is involved as one of the main investors. And even Binance is on board as one of the main investors. Binance actually bought a huge plot of land in the game that they now own. So there is no way in hell that this sand, which mainly trades over Binance, is ever going to zero, or like this will work, mostly because of those big names. So that is my fundamental reason to buy this. There is no real TA involved in this yet. As you can obviously notice, this is stuck pretty much in a channel right here. No ups, no downs. I'm a pattern trader. I use wedges, triangles, Elliott waves, and there is just nothing to chart here. That being said, I do have a target for sand, and that target is 25. So 0.25 cents is pretty much what I aim for like right now. This is a long-term hold for me. It's in my cold storage, and I really, really suggest looking into this. If you don't have any sand right now, go over to Twitter, go to their Twitter and do some research. Some great links are there, some great visuals, lots and lots to look at. Oh, there we go. One of my favorites, Digibyte. I would like to start off on the weekly charts. Now, Digibyte is one of the oldest projects around that is still up and running, and it's one of my favorites. And right now it is at like the golden area for this to have like the best R&R. If we look in the past, you can see that the area around 120 has been very, very successful in either holding the price up or suppressing the price down. And we have once again entered this area. I would very much like to add a second level onto that. It's already on its pivot point. I do believe we are currently turning around. This is the weekly chart, and we are now going to time travel to the 4 hours. I'm trying to show as much as I can in in a short period of time. Please excuse me if it looks messy, but it's not always as easy as it looks. There we go. Digibyte. There we have our resistance. I'm not taking these wicks in, I know, but it lines up perfectly like this. Trust me. Okay. Now, the first thing you will notice is that we pretty much, and I'm not even sure if we can call this a wedge, but we pretty much finished the whole wedge. And I always say when a whole wedge finishes, never trust it. Like the maximum amount a wedge should go is about 70%, and then there should be a decision up or down. If it goes all the way up to the tip, I usually discard the wedge. Haven't done so in this case for the reason that it just fits. We are currently at a pivot point. There might be some suppression. Now, for me, this is a make or break deal. I did enter this today. I didn't quite make it a call because like there's not any real like serious sign that we are about to revert and turn around. But the first small signs are there. And the worst thing that could happen is, could continue to fall and blow the position. Best thing that could happen here is a capital gain of about 450%. Now, that really is worth the effort for me. I don't have decided on my stops yet, but if you are in Digibyte right now, the last thing you want to do, and I know some people who are watching this are in Digibyte and big fans and all the way, the last thing you want to do is sell now. This is pretty much the worst place you can sell your Digibytes. Much better off just waiting. Even if we just get to half the target, might very well be worth it. Now, Fibonacci levels. And this is one of those coins that I talked about earlier. This does have some sort of market maker. We know this because like December 2018, we had one, well, I wouldn't say one, but a party buying up a whole shit ton of coins, and they never re-entered the market. Like they're still somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they are somewhere. And on to Waves. Now, Waves is one of my favorite projects, truly is. And we are currently at a very, very important level. And that is why I didn't make this a call. Would have made it, haven't done so. First of all, we're going over to the log scale. I'm just going to draw this out. There we go. Now, the reason I didn't make Waves a call yet is because, as you can see, this is a pivot level, and it is the biggest pivot level in all of Waves. Like, this is the level you want to watch for. We are currently approaching the 382 level, and if we take that out, and I'm saying if because like at this point I am not sure yet, then I will consider entering Waves. It's very close to where we are now. No reason for me to ape into this thing and lose a bunch of money. Don't want to do that. I want to see if we can take out these 2 pivot points, 3 I should say, that we have going out here. Now after that, there really isn't a whole lot of resistance. Like nothing of significance happened here. One might say that the 05 could prove some sort of resistance, but I truly don't think so. If you're in this, I suggest keeping it. I really, really do. The only reason to dump this would be if we breach the 236 again. But like, once again, I don't truly see that happening. Now, I did notice I haven't covered Ethereum yet, and we're gonna pair ETH against the USD. There we go. Now, ETH has been a call, and it has been for a while, didn't do a lot of updates, but this one is super simple in my eyes. We have been in ETH ever since, 230, 240. And currently we are sitting at a capital gain of about 155%. At this point, like, there's no reason to make this a call or to announce, hey guys, let's buy ETH, because obviously everybody should buy ETH. This is gonna make new all-time highs, and I cannot predict what that would be. If I had to try, I would pull out my Fibonacci extension tool. We can drop the log scale, and we can set the 1618 as target 1, 2200, and the 2618 target 2, 3500. Now, please don't start screaming, you're a fool, this is never gonna happen. Yes, this is gonna happen. Please look at Bitcoin. It went from 200 to 1200, again to 200, 20,000, 3,000, and now we're going to 100 grand. And Ethereum is going to do the exact same fucking thing. Like, if it doesn't happen, I don't know what I would do, because I would be very broke, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna happen. Now, we are currently not at a pivot point. This is not a level that I would consider resistance, support, anything. The first level that's gonna be any kind of resistance is, and let me just fix this. Yeah, that should do it. 848. So that's our target right now. 840. I think once we're there, things will start to slow down, and we can see some small caps starting to move around. Yeah, and apart from that, not a whole lot is happening. We are gonna have a community launch party, as I'd like to call it. That is basically where we all get together in voice chat. We play some games, have a good chat, talk markets, drink some beers, and just basically have some fun. So if you're up for that, click the link in the description, get on board, and I will see you on Discord. The next live stream will be tomorrow, and it will not be this long. It will just be a 10-minute stream with current positions and new positions. A new request live stream will be favorites only, so that's Discord members only. It will also be tomorrow, but I will make it a separate live stream, just for the fact that this live stream takes too much time and most people are not going to watch the whole thing. So it's nice to have some structure. So I will see you guys on Discord. I wish you happy trading and have a good evening.